Water is fundamental to life. All life begins with water. And as you're going to see, not all water is created equal. Hello, my name is Carlos Gonzales. I am a certified water specialist. Over the next several minutes, we are going to demonstrate how this technology can take your current wellness program to the next level. I'm going to open your eyes as to many of the misconceptions about tap water, bottled water, reverse osmosis water, distilled water, and many of the other what we call purified waters out there, and how those may not be the healthiest choice for longevity and a good wellness program. All of our Level Up series of water devices that we offer produce 7 different types of water, 3 different drinking water levels, a strong 2.5 acidic water, and a strong 11.5 water, as well as a beauty water, which many women and men alike will purchase this machine just for the beauty water. So this is the solution. This is your brand new Kangen 8 machine. This is going to be the best new decision that you have ever made for your preventative wellness program. So our Kangen 8 makes 3 different drinking waters. Now, why does it make 3 different drinking waters? Well, that's because nobody's the same. You see, this is not a one-size-fits-all program. Most people eventually make it up to the 9.5 water. The machine also has a clean water. That's going to be for things like fish tanks or baby formula. It also has a beauty water. Women literally will buy this machine just for the beauty water. Remember, all your toners that you might buy at Nordstrom's for $20 to $200, those are a chemically made toner at a pH of about 5.5 to 6. Well, the machine, with the push of a button, as you saw, makes unlimited amounts of these toners. And then of course, the machine makes a strong acidic water, which is used as a disinfectant in our home. And then when the machine is making the strong acidic water, it's also making the strong 11.5 water, which we're going to demonstrate is the water we use to clean all of our produce, we use as a liquid laundry detergent, as we'll cover, and a variety of other household cleaning degreaser needs. The word Kangen is a Japanese term that means return to origin and returning the water back to its original balance and state, which is exactly what the water will do inside the human body. The 3 major benefits of Kangen water are its superior hydration potential, its powerful electrically based antioxidant potential, and of course, its balanced pH. Okay, so here's the big thing about tap water. Tap water is federally regulated to have certain additives to protect against waterborne pandemic or illness. It's not necessarily the job of the water treatment plant to do anything other than meet the federal guidelines to protect you against waterborne illness. However, most of you get a water report and most people don't read it. But most water reports nationwide contain higher levels of chemical compounds than you would expect to see, and higher levels than even the minimum standards just a few years ago. What do I mean by that? I mean the water report today would not pass the minimum standards for health and safety guidelines just a few years ago. Chemicals like arsenic, radioactive materials, microplastics, pharmaceuticals, and many, many others all are within most groundwater and tap water nationwide. Now, we talk about being healthy from the inside out and the outside in. So if you're a healthy person, one of the things you may or may not be aware of is one of the most unhealthy things you do every day if you're showering in untreated tap water is you're taking a chemical bath every day. So with the Enagic DX, not only does it purify the water, remove the heavy metals and contaminants like chlorine, but it also infuses the water from a specific mineral cartridge that is sourced from the Futanama hot spring in Hokkaido, Japan. Enagic has secured the mineral rights to this hot spring and these minerals that have been used for healing for thousands of years in the Japanese culture. All right, so what we have here is an illustration of how quickly your body absorbs the various chemicals contained within the tap water. So what we have is the cup to the right with tap water, the cup in the middle with tap water, and the cup to the left is going to have our 2.5 hypochlorous acid, which is one of the strongest antibacterials we know of. And this is just showing you the power of the 2.5 in terms of its antibacterial properties. So what we're going to do is take this antibacterial tester. This is the same stuff you would use, for the health department would use in terms of testing for antibacterial properties. So we're going to put a few drops in the tap water. We're going to go ahead and stir that up. If it turns the color of the cap, which you're going to see it does, that means it meets the federal guidelines to protect against waterborne illness. Okay, and what we're going to do is take my hand and stick it in this glass. Remember, this is tap water. So remember, your skin is the filter of the body. So essentially what's happening is I am filtering the tap water, which is exactly what happens every time you take an ordinary shower or bath in unfiltered tap water. So we're going to take the same antibacterial tester. We're going to go ahead and put a bunch in there. We're going to stir that up just to make sure there's a bunch in there. We're going to add a bunch more. And as you can see, 70, 80, 90% of the chlorine, along with the other chemicals we talked about in the water report, are now absorbed into my body. I also have to show you the power of the 2.5 water hypochlorous acid. If it turns orange, that means it's stronger than straight liquid bleach. And as you can see, this is literally bright orange. Guys, nothing can live in that. So this is the water we use in our home as a hand sanitizer. We use in place of any liquid bleach. Remember, this is what the federal government said protects you against waterborne illness. This can protect you from everything else. All right, so the same water that we use as a liquid laundry detergent in our home, the same water you can use to clean the interior of your car or replace degreasers in your kitchen is the same water we're going to use to remove these petroleum-based herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides that are on all of our foods. So the glass to your left is going to be Kangen rice, and you can already see the water bubbling on top as the 11.5 is breaking down the petroleum-based herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides on here. And when you mix rice and tap water, you're always going to get starch. So you're seeing that there. And then what you have here to the glass to your left is going to be the Kangen tomatoes, and then the glass to your right is going to be the tap water tomatoes. What we're going to do now is just take the tap water, not to confuse you, but to illustrate one last point, and we're going to come back to this in the middle. So what we're going to do is just see what actual poison came off of the the Kangen rice, and as you can see, incredible amounts. We're going to see the starchy water come off this rice, as you would expect, just like with rice or pasta. And there's very little comparison here. One poison, one just starchy tap water. What we're going to do here is take the Kangen tomatoes, and as you probably could expect, and most of you will be shocked to see the amount of poison that's on the Kangen tomatoes. Now we're going to go over here to the tap water tomatoes, pour those off, and alarmingly, you can see nothing really came off those tomatoes, but look at the poison. Now, just to drive home one more illustration here, this is chlorine antibacterial tester, like we used in the other video, and we're just going to see how much chlorine's actually in the tap water. If it turns the color of the cap, that means it exceeds the federal guidelines for waterborne illness. We're going to go back over here to the what we call the tap water tomato water. No more chlorine. So not only did we not clean off the poison, we just ingested these tomatoes with a truckload of chlorine. Now, just to drive this home, this is no different than when you bathe in tap water. This is how quickly your body absorbs the chemicals that are in tap water. So we're just going to stir these up and see how many tomatoes it actually takes to absorb all the chlorine that's in the tap water and took about 3 tomatoes. Bottled water in most cases is highly acidic, full of microplastics and other contaminants that are leached from the water being inside the bottle for, in most cases, many months. And the industry as a whole is highly unregulated. So what's the deal with all these designer waters and these expensive imports? Well, listen, most of these beverages are in the bottle for, up to 12 to 18 months. That's the first thing. All of them contain microplastics. Second, at the source, this Evian water is probably pretty good. Same with the Fiji, but the problem is all of these beverages to your right bake at sea. Now, what about these designer waters? Well, the first thing to know is water should never have ingredients. So, for example, Essentia 9.5 bottled water contains D-potassium sulfate, sodium bicarbonate, magnesium sulfate, and calcium chloride. Similar ingredients that Tums or antacids would have. So it's designed to improve taste, certainly not good for your health long term. The Body Armor has very similar additives as well as the Smart Water. So, as you can see, all of these beverages up here, while they may look wonderful in the bottle, all contain things within the bottle that is not healthy for your healthy lifestyle. Too much acidity in the body is the leading cause of illness, premature aging, and inflammation. When the body is acidic, it is very hard for the body to heal itself. Now, the chart you're about to see and the demonstration you're going to see after the chart represent something called cellular voltage. It's essentially the measurement of each one of our cells. How negative, which is a good score, or how positive, hopefully not, our voltages of each one of our cells. As you can see on the chart to the very far left, you're going to see negative numbers. You can see Kangen water or electrolyzed reduced water can have a negative voltage as high as negative 800. Now, if you look at a healthy child is born with a cellular voltage anywhere between negative 40 and negative 45. A healthy adult, right, with proper balance in their life, proper water, proper nutrition, all those good things, has a cellular voltage in the negative 20 to negative 25. That means every single one of my 70 to 100 trillion cells is hopefully around negative 20 to negative 25. Now, if you drop down on the chart, the problem is when we get a polarity change. And if you look to your right, you'll see that all these chronic diseases like weight gain, arthritis, different issues are always in relationship to a polarity change. And if you see worse, you see people with a positive cellular voltage, meaning that all the cells in their body are now positively charged. That means that the person is setting themselves up for a host of degenerative issues. You also want to look to the left of this chart at the bottom. You can see where soda pop and reverse osmosis water is anywhere from positive 700 to positive 500. And if you go back up to the top to remind you that the actual Kangen water can be as high as negative 800 on the Kangen 8 machine. Always a relationship to the intercellular wastewater or intercellular pH of each one of those cells and the correlation to its cellular voltage. Now, if you look at the bottom of the chart, you're gonna see that the people that have a polarity change also have a correlating intercellular pH that's below 6.5. And we all know about Dr. Otto Warburg's findings in the relationship to too much acid in the body and a lot of chronic disease. One of the things that happens when water's disassociated is it creates these electrical elements. So you'll see on the chart that we have on the positive side these electrical elements, and we can see on the acidic side we have these electrical elements. Now, keep in mind that the machine is always splitting water. Therefore, it's always making two types of water. And these electrical elements have incredible health benefit when it comes to mental health, digestive health, and overall well-being and negative cellular voltage in the body. As we already mentioned, bottled water is highly acidic. And in this next demonstration, we're going to show you how acidic not only bottled water is, but also many of the other beverages you enjoy, like sports drinks, energy drinks, and sodas. So what I have here next, we're going to do the pH test. So what I have here is some pH tester. It's something similar you would use for your hot tub or pool. Most people pay better attention to the pH of their hot tub or aquarium or pool than they do their own body. And so what we're going to do is take about 5 drops into each one of these liquids, and the color of the beverage will turn to correlate to the pH chart and value of each one of these liquids based off the color they turn and the chart below each one of these beverages. So as you can see, there's a huge difference. We have Kangen water at a 9.5 pH. We have the soda over here at a 2.5 pH, and then everything pretty much in between. Look at how acidic the Pedialyte is, the bottled water is. And what you may not be aware of pH, pH stands for potential hydrogen, but a pH chart is also logarithmic. So just like a seismograph or an earthquake, a 6.5 earthquake's pretty bad, but a 7.5 earthquake is 10 times the 6.5. That's why you see such catastrophic damage at just a point higher. It's actually to the power of 10. Well, likewise, a pH chart is also logarithmic. So when I go from 7 to 6, that's 10 times more acidic. 6 to 5 is 100, 5 to 4 is 1,000. So these beverages from the Aquafina all the way down are anywhere from 30,000 times to 50,000 times more acidic than my blood, which has a pH of 7.365. So just like a 7.5 earthquake is catastrophic, something that's 50,000 or 30,000 times more acidic than your blood is catastrophic for your health. But what about these energy drinks, you know? What about these designer coconut waters? Let's go ahead and just test these right in front of you and see how aggressive these are. So let's go ahead and test these energy drink. Everybody's had a Red Bull probably in their life. This beverage is gaining in popularity. We'll just take those same pH testers, same pH tester. And as you probably guessed, incredibly acidic, incredibly acidifying, and again, catastrophic for your health. You know, everything that we're doing is aggressive on our bodies. You know, we live in a very aggressive world. We're under incredible stress. But what about if I worked out today, right? I made myself more acidic because working out creates lactic and uric acid buildup. But by drinking Kangen water, I can help bring my body back to balance. What if I worried today? Stress, as part of our modern lifestyle, is of extreme levels. What about the Pedialyte? What if I drank that today? What if I gave this to my child today? Can't touch the Kangen water. Can't touch it. Can't touch it. Why? These beverages are so acidic. Listen, I've got this diluted soda now, and just a few drops of this diluted soda kills a healthy environment. Matter of fact, 1 soda a day can limit the body's ability to heal for up to 72 hours. Look at how the soda kills. We'll go over here to the Kangen water. It'll fight it. It'll try its best. It's 32 to 1. So if you drink 1 soda, it's going to take 32 of the equivalent of Kangen water to bring it back to balance. Or you can let your bones and teeth do it like most people do. I choose Kangen water instead. Water is one of the most important elements to our body, and our bodies are made up of roughly 75% water. Through the process of electrolysis, Kangen water produces a very powerful, electrically based antioxidant. What we're going to do here is the ORP test. ORP stands for Oxidation Reduction Potential. So I have a Medux ORP meter, and what it measures is it measures a water's potential to rust or oxidize, or a water's potential to reduce oxidation. And so what we're going to do here is go ahead and stick this meter in the soda, and as you would probably guess, soda is very oxidizing, over 700 positive. We'll go over here to the Gatorade, and we're going to be at over 700 positive. I'm going to go over here to the vitamin water, supposed to be healthy, over 400 positive. Let's go over here to the Pedialyte, almost 500 positive. Let's go over here to the bottled water, Dasani, #1 sold bottled water in the world, over 500 positive. That's reverse osmosis water. Aquafina's Pepsi Cola's version of the same product. Reverse osmosis as well, almost 600 positive. We'll go in here to the Kangen water and let this thing go negative. We'll see how high we get. Yeah, negative over 400. So as you can see, all of these beverages are liquid, obviously, and clear, but in terms of their energetic properties, their ability to, one over here to improve our health, all of these beverages up here will keep you alive, but they're very counterproductive to living a healthy lifestyle. Kangen water offers superior hydration, and we drink water for one reason, which is to hydrate. So in this next illustration, which is a great idea, we're going to show you a visual demonstration of Kangen water's potential to hydrate the body. All right, what we're going to do now is the tea bag demonstration. Now, this is not a scientific demonstration, but it is an incredible idea, and it's my favorite thing to visually see when it comes to this water. So what we're going to do here is just rip this tea bag open, and what we're going to attempt to do is make green tea with good old Dasani. Now, Dasani is the #1 sold bottled water in the world. This is reverse osmosis, purified water. And normally we would have to boil the water. We'll keep the cap off of that. So as you can see, not much tea. So what we're going to do here next is we're going to go over here to the Kangen water. This is at a 9.5 pH. This was made moments ago from my Kangen 8 water device. What we're going to do here is we are going to make instant green tea with cold, that is actually refrigerator cold Kangen water. Now, why is that? Well, there's been many books written about water, the hexagonal key, the many mysteries of water, but in those books they talk about the structure of the water being more important than the chemical composition. What do I mean by that? Well, we were designed to run on structured water. So now that we taught that tea bag how to make tea, let's go over here and try and make tea with Dasani again. So you see, these beverages from the tap water to the Dasani will keep you alive, but they do not have the ability to work intracellularly, right? They simply don't have the ability to work with my body. So let's try, what about good old tap water? Let's try and make green tea with tap water, and as you can see, the same result. Basically no penetration, no hydration. But what we're going to do now is go over here to the Kangen water, and we're going to actually make stronger green tea from this same tea bag. Now, we could do this 20 or 30 times over. See, Kangen water literally is 6 times more hydrating than regular water. So in terms of being able to get hydration into the cell and get the bad stuff out. What's the bad stuff? Well, metabolic byproducts like urea, ammonia, lactic and uric acid are able to be flushed from the system, kickstarting the immune system by flushing the lymphatic system. You see, many people are dealing with a cognitive issue, dealing with the pineal gland. This water really helps because this water, because of its structure, has the ability to pass through the brain-blood barrier. So what we're going to do now is take this green tea bag, and we're just going to squeeze a little bit of tea into each one of these glasses. And what this is an illustration of is how the water works inside the human body, how the water works in terms of hydrating the brain. Interesting fact is the brain is the only organ that does not store water. So all of us wake up every morning after a 6 or hopefully 8-hour night's sleep with unintentional chronically dehydrated brain. What do most people do? They go to the coffee pot. They go to an energy drink. What we want to do is we want to fill our brains, flood it with hydrogen-rich structured water that actually hydrates. And we're going to show you how that water works right now through the brain-blood barrier. So we're just going to randomly pick either one of these cups. What we'll do is we'll just use this cup because we filled that last with the tea with the Kangen water. And what we're going to attempt to do is make green tea with just that little bit of water. And as you can see, it resembles these two cups. Now what we're gonna try and do is wake up in the morning, hydrate ourselves with tap water, or worse, Dasani. Let's see what happens when we take that same amount of tea. See, we're just diluting it. You see, with the Kangen water, that tea is able to move in infinite and all directions through the structured water, that little bit of tea. That's exactly how this water moves through our bodies, through our brain-blood barrier, and hydrates us in a superior fashion. So that's the structure. In my opinion, it's one of the most important parts of water, and structured water is one of the most important parts of health. By investing in this one holistic technology, you can eliminate many of the harmful chemical cleaners from your home, single-use plastic bottles from the environment, and help reduce your overall eco footprint to the planet. So the company Enagic is all about true health. Our company's mission statement is to spread true health with compassion, one family at a time. And that E, that Enagic E, stands for true physical, true financial, and true spiritual health. So for all of our machines, they come with an antibacterial, antifungal, internal machine filter. Takes care of chlorine, heavy metals, things of that nature. We recommend custom pre-filtration for all of our machines based off your zip code, based off the water that's coming into your home, and we can custom design that pre-filter for a fraction of the price of your water machine, ensuring that we have removed 100% of the contaminants that are coming into your home. And don't forget about our shower systems, which we'll get to later. This is our best bottle, as we mentioned, the Kangen 8 machine. It retails for $4,980. Most people are not paying cash for that, and we have a variety of financing options available, and we take all forms of payment. Now, if you'd like a very powerful machine and you're a little bit price point sensitive, then the best bang for the buck is our SD501. It comes in white, and it also comes in a very attractive platinum color. The white retails for $3,980, while the platinum is just $300 more at $4,280. Now, if you don't like your machine on top of the counter, which many people prefer it under the counter, we have our SD501U, which has an LCD screen, and that retails for $4,980. Now, we talk about being healthy from the inside out and the outside in. Now that Enagic DX can be installed a variety of ways. It retails for $2,890. I know you're thinking that sounds like an expensive shower filter, but I assure you it is my favorite product that we sell. That is an organic mineralizer. So with the Enagic DX, not only does it purify the water, remove the heavy metals and contaminants like chlorine, but it also infuses the water from a specific mineral cartridge that is sourced from the Futanama Hot Spring in Hokkaido, Japan. We also offer a commercial unit. Our commercial SD501 Super Machine retails for $5,980. It's perfect for agricultural use, hydroponic situations, microgreen growing, as well as the cannabis and marijuana industry. Now, if you're super price point sensitive, right, but you want the best, Enagic offers our brand new Junior 4 machine. It's a 4-plate machine. It's about half as powerful as our Kangen 8 machine, but with the proper pre-filter, and like I said, if you're a student or someone who's elderly or someone that's on a strict budget, this is a perfect way to be able to offer you and your family all of the waters we've talked about today at an incredible price point at $2,980. Now, earlier I said that this was going to be the best new decision that you could make for your health. Now, why is that? Well, here's the truth. The average person is already spending between $150 and $300 a month that this one machine will save you. Now, how do you get to $300 a month? This one machine allows you to, if you choose to, replace all your detergents in your home, all of your degreasers. Yes, the machine replaces all your liquid laundry detergent, as well as all the bottled water or single-use plastic bottles that you're currently spending way too much money for. This technology allows you to, again, reduce your eco footprint, make your whole home chemical-free and green, as well as support the fact that we've won the IEEU, which is the Environmental Grand Prize Award for Sustainable Technology and a sustainable company that's doing its best globally to protect the environment, be green, and help the consumer do the same. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. You know, we could do together what we could never do alone. And again, get in contact with me directly or anyone that introduced you to this video and ask how you can put this technology in your life for the rest of your life.